Yes, the time I was abandoned in Portland, Oregon by LMM Duramax. Hold on, it's not my beautiful Duramax that betrayed me. It was a work truck. Let's tell the story. Supplies was running low at the warehouse. Somebody needed to go to good old Portland, Oregon. Not so good all, in my opinion. But of course, I was the one to say, teacher, pick me. So I set out on a 5.5 hour journey towards Portland, Oregon to get some materials. Journey was going good. I was listening to podcasts. I was chewing on some jerky. Who doesn't like a good road trip and a Duramax? However, there's something I need to tell you about this Duramax. This work Duramax wasn't taken care of. It was pretty much the opposite of my truck. Fuel filters never were changed. There was trans lines that just never got replaced when they were leaking all over the floor. This truck was abandoned in all sense of maintaining the truck. And I knew this could happen, and I trusted it because I own a LMM Duramax, and it hasn't stabbed me in the back yet. Knock on wood. I knocked on a stick. That will work. But this hasn't been the only work trip I've done in this work truck, and I haven't had any issues. Now, I've had other coworkers have bad experiences in that work truck, but to me, that truck never did me wrong. So I was going towards Portland, Oregon. I was making good progress towards Portland. I was enjoying the gorge. The only reason you would want to ever go to Portland is the beautiful scenery that it has to offer around it. And I was enjoying every second of it. Then I finally got into Grimshaw. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. I still can't get it right to this day. But I was in Grimshaw and I was picking up the load. We were heading back another 5.5 hour journey back to Idaho, and 5 miles out of Grimshaw, that's when it happened. My heart sank. I didn't know what was going on. The RPMs maxed out without warning. I was at cruise control. I didn't know what was going on, so I threw that truck into neutral, coasted to the side of the road, and that was that. The LMM Duramax just betrayed me. The truck that I hold up to a high podium just gave up on me. So, of course, me being me, trying to be helpful, volunteering himself for anything, I tried to figure out what was going on with the truck with not that much mechanical knowledge. I'm still learning to this day, and I just got drenched in this mystery fluid. I smell, and the worst part is, I had to wait on the side of the road in that truck for 5 hours, waiting for a tow. 5 hours left me there, replaying that moment over and over again, hoping that something like this wouldn't happen to my personal truck. The RPMs maxed out, I hit neutral, coasted, and nothing seemed to be majorly broken except for fluid everywhere. So after 5 hours of blaming myself for something I didn't do, I finally got the tow truck people on the side of the road helping me, and we towed it to a dealership to get it looked at and fixed. But the tricky thing is, I had a long trailer on with a load. Now granted, it was foam, so it wasn't heavy, so whoever was going to tow the trailer, it was going to be easy for them. But I had to wait longer because I had a truck and trailer situation, and they didn't bring out a heavy enough wrecker. Or actually, pardon me, they didn't bring out 2 wreckers for the wreck, even though I explicitly told the line that I had a truck and trailer with a load on it, which is okay. I mean, at the grand scheme of things, I only had to wait 30 more minutes versus already having to wait 5 hours, and I don't want anyone to steal the load that I just drove out to get after the truck was fixed. So they picked up me and the truck first, and then they got the trailer after, and we went to the dealership. And that's when we found it. A high-pressure trans line on the LMM Duramax blew off. And here I was thinking I blew a tranny in Portland, Oregon. Knee slapper, right? So feeling relieved that I didn't blow up the transmission, I ordered an Uber to go to Walmart to get some supplies because I wasn't planning on staying here. And boy, did I not want to stay there. Before I tell you what led up to this accident, let's go over my personal thoughts on Grimshaw and Portland, Oregon, the area in general. My first time at this Walmart. Keep in mind, I go to Walmarts in Idaho, and we don't have this problem where you have to, well, let's tell you my experience. So I got into Walmart, And if any of you have ever experienced Kmart right before it closed, that was this Walmart. There was no groceries. There was refrigerators, yes, but it looked like a Kmart when it was closing. You could grab chips like you usually can, but it was deserted. You could see the floor space and the stained floor space from the racks. It was super off-putting and weird. It was like I was reliving the Kmart dreams all over again, except this was Walmart. I went to grab good old underwear so I don't have to be dirty all weekend, and the lady tells me I can buy these after I buy everything else, and I'm just sitting here trying to reach for my underwear, being used to my Walmarts around here. I'm like, what do you mean? I can't have my underwear? I gotta pay for everything else after I'm done shopping for my underwear? I can't keep them into my cart? Oh dear me, I need to get out of this place. Oh no. So I went and paid for my groceries, and then I had to go to customer service to buy the underwear and shirts. And weirdest experience ever. I mean, they asked for my receipt without talking at the exit. And I know the policies, you could say no, but I just went through something that made me really mentally tired, and I didn't want to deal with it. So I told the man, hey, maybe next time, let's use some words. I'm from Idaho. I don't know what you're trying to do. This isn't a thing where I come from, but here's my receipt. I bought and paid for everything. The gates of anti-thievery opened, and I was allowed to go and order my Uber for the hotel. I just had to talk about my Walmart experience on this trip. Now let's talk about what led up to that trans line ending up failing, because there was plenty of time to fix it in advance. So this work truck always leaked all over the shop floor, and it was known as the leaky truck. And this truck was poorly maintained. Every time you would go on a trip with it, it would need fuel filters because they were never replaced. It would say there's water in the fuel somehow. It would always leak transmission fluid. So I kind of always worried about going on long trips with this thing. But like I said, I had the Duramax trust because I believe in Duramaxes. I think they're reliable if they're taken care of. That work truck's maintenance was so bad, I offered to fix the trans line myself with no mechanical knowledge about fixing trans lines. And they wanted me to physically pay for the parts out of my own pocket and then pay me back later. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm good. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want that reliability on my hands anyway. You guys can deal with it yourselves. And unfortunately, they didn't, and it got me stuck in Portland, Oregon. And I'm going to throw up a couple more clips of me being in Portland. Some of it was fun, like I got to go spend some time at a sushi conveyor belt that I never get to do. But I also had to not get stabbed by the homeless people that were on drugs. So it was kind of 50-50, right?
Day number 2 of being in Portland, we're gonna do a YouTuber challenge video of seeing how long we could walk down the sidewalk without getting stabbed. Seriously though, I want some sushi.
So there's my story of being stranded in Portland, Oregon. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have you had any similar experiences with work trucks? I would love to hear it. If you like this video, you might like this video in the top corner. I appreciate everybody for watching Derp to the max. Oh, it's cold. My fingies.